Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Echoing Hearts podcast. I'm your host Jonah, and today I'm joined with Krista. Say
Hey,
hi.
what's up? Hello.
Jared won't be here on this episode as he is busy, but it's just gonna be us two.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be new. It'll be a little different.
All right. Anyways, uh, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Pretty uneventful. At school, first week of school, so that was fun to um, kind of get in the groove of things. But I also ended up getting homework, which comes along with school, so that wasn't super fun. But this week I also went and saw a movie the other day, so that was good. Ready or Not, the
Hmm.
movie about the hide and seek game. So
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer and it wasn't my thing. I thought it was stupid, but did you like it?
yeah, I liked aspects of it. It was a little too violent and I don't know, cliche, I guess, for me, but I don't know. I mean, I'd rate it a 7 out of 10 probably.
Okay. Would you say it's
Yeah.
worth watching?
Um, yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything else to watch, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't pick it first, but you know, if you're just curious, I'd say it's worth the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But
Anything
there was a
else?
big um not that I can think of. That was most of my week. Yeah, it's pretty boring, uneventful. How was your week?
My week was pretty good. I also had my first week of full classes. Pretty
Nice.
hectic and stuff, adjusting and um, just trying to guess get everything in order. But overall,
Mhm.
I'd say it was a pretty good week. The only thing I really had trouble
Good.
with was, as usual, is traffic and parking, which is a big problem at my school.
Yeah.
But everything
Yeah.
else is pretty much pretty good. Got to catch up with a lot of my old friends. Um, I made a few new ones, and uh, I like all my professors so far. And homework isn't too hard. Um, I
Yeah. Well,
guess.
that's good.
Yeah. I also went to the first football game on Thursday. Shit, that was
Hey,
fun.
there
Went.
you go.
I was actually
Did they win?
surprised. Yeah, we won, uh,
Yay!
but our team is trash, so I'm not too happy. I mean, they only won because the other team was more trash than our team. I mean,
Oh
I
no.
know I know I'm throwing shade at my university right now, but I mean, it's the truth, I've been watching them
Right.
for the past 2 years, and they're not that exciting, but it's nice to see them win, especially the first game of the year.
Yeah, that's a good start. Maybe this year will be the year they turn around. You never know, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, our football team had their first game today. I didn't end up going to it, but I'll have to go to most of their home games because I play in the pet band, so I'm like, But yeah, our football team usually doesn't do the best either, but we'll see, I guess, how this year will go.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know you were in.
Yeah.
I didn't know you did band, or at least I don't
Yes.
remember you saying anything like that.
Yeah, actually, like they're pretty desperate to have to rope me into the bunch, but I don't actually play like any sort of like wind
Instrument?
instrument or anything like that. I actually play the piano or a keyboard set to sound like a trumpet. So like I play the notes on the
Oh,
keyboard, something
oh.
and then it comes out sounding like a trumpet. So that's
Wait,
kind of my
so you carry that around? Like, are you on the bleachers?
yeah, yeah.
So is it big?
Um, I'd say it's like your standard keyboard size, probably 3 or 4 feet wide.
Eh,
Yeah. I mean it's not bad. But we don't ever do like formations or anything. We mostly just sit in the bleachers and play, so it's not that big of a deal.
okay. Have you done that?
Yeah.
Is that have you done that before?
Yeah, I did that all my years so far. But yeah.
How
And
long
I
have you
got a
been playing? For like, how long have you been
for the
playing
band.
piano? Or
Oh, okay. So the piano, I started taking lessons when I was like in the third grade, I'd say. So like a long time, but that does not mean anything because I cannot play the piano very well at all. Like I suck still. Like, and I'm not saying that to be like nice. I'm saying that like as the actual truth. Like I do not play the piano very well. Like I can obviously do like like right hand, left hand, like whatever, pick out melodies, etc. But I kind of suck. So, oh, um,
okay,
yeah. But for the band, I've only been playing like 2 years, 3 years, I guess technically now. So yeah,
okay.
yeah. You play piano too, though, right?
No, I just play guitar. I mean, I want to learn piano. Like, um,
What? I totally thought you played piano for some reason.
nah, I don't. I really want to though, but I don't have
Oh,
one. But I've always wanted to learn. Yeah, but someday. I mean,
someday.
my dad knows how. He used to play keyboard in his band in church a long time ago.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Um, were you self-taught?
No, I had a piano teacher for all those years, but she was kind of like she was an older woman. She was super nice. I loved her, but she never like pushed me to like super hard to get better. So I just kind of skated along, like doing the bare minimum, which is why like I'm not that great at um playing the piano now. But yeah,
Wait,
it was
can you? Never mind. Wait. Uh, anyway, uh, but yeah, that's fun being in that
yeah,
band. I
yeah, it's
miss
alright.
because I miss marching band, and I did that for my all 4 years of high school. I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of miss like I used to play trombone. I miss doing that. I miss all the people there, and I miss the vibes. But
yeah.
I was thinking of joining in my university, but nah, I don't really have the time for that.
I feel that. Yeah.
Alright, anyways, I think we could get started with our actual topics for today. So, as
Alright.
you all may know, if you've been following up with the news, uh, the Amazon rainforest has been under fire and being destroyed and depleted, and like every day we're losing, as they call it, the lungs of the world.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I guess kind of what I want to talk about is like uh I honestly like I never well no one even knew about it until very recently, but it's been going on for quite a while actually. And
Yeah.
kind of what's been bugging me, or what bugged me at first, was um how or why it wasn't such a big deal, or why no one cared to say anything about it until now. So that's kind of the first thing I
Yeah.
want to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts?
I mean, I think, well, from what I've read, like, um, I think it could be like political. I think that maybe the Brazilian government, was trying to keep it under, on the down low, trying to cover it up from the rest of the world.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think, but I don't know, actually. I mean, I seriously don't get how like something that big could go under the radar. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, every year there are fires in the Amazon, like, but the reason, I guess, like, it's just so much bigger this year. It's like apparently double the size and the biggest, like, it's like been since like 2010. So like it's kind of a big deal. So yeah, I don't know how someone could really sweep it under the rug or like not talk about it.
yeah. Um, I don't know. Yeah, that just like um that just boggles my mind. But anyways, uh, I was reading on I was reading articles about about the fire and stuff, and um, I was also kind of wondering what caused what caused the fire in the first place, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really get any like conclusive answers from the articles. There was a lot of blame on the Brazilian president on
Okay.
deforestation fires and
Mm-hmm.
um, commercializing the forest, like, and agriculture and stuff like that. But what I've also heard was, um, according to NASA, that they've experienced drier climate and um,
Yeah.
less moisture. And so that's one of the huge factors in why the fire was caused in the first place. But people were saying that um, the start of the fire could have been natural, but the spread of it, like the way it expanded to that point, was definitely human error. Is definitely
Yes.
caused by us humans, but
Yes, I think I agree with that. Yeah. In in an article I read, they talked about how some farmers and or like some people around the area, if they clear a patch of the rainforest, they like it's by burning it that they can forge certain documents and sell it for a high profit to farmers and ranchers to be able to farm it on it. So they said that some of that was like happening as well. So I feel like it's probably both.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
wait, you said the. Wait, who did you say did that? Is it the. You said farmers? Or.
Well, it didn't specify who was doing it. I think just like people looking to make a profit were starting
Oh,
fires and selling it to farmers and ranchers to, make to raise animals or crops on.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
honestly, what I think that. I feel like it was. I don't think it was caused naturally. I don't think it just started, even though it's like a dry environment. I don't think it's I don't think it would be enough to start a fire that big.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that the government was trying to cover up some like, probably deforestation accident or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's probably very true.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
actually sucks because like I was watching a video of it's actually like pretty. I didn't even know that there
Yeah.
was quite a large population of not just like animals and plants and stuff, but they also got like tribes and indigenous peoples living there.
Yes. That's actually, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks
And
because
then,
like not only does it affect them, but I guess it affects all of us too, since you know I don't know.
yes. No, that's very true. Yeah. And like, I mean, we're already headed for like super bad conditions with
Yeah,
climate change. And this is gonna like, I think really like mess it up, a lot worse than
yeah, I
because
know.
the Amazon, yeah,
Like when I first saw the news, I was like, man, we're already going through so much like in the environment. Like, we really don't need this right now, especially something like this, something this big. Wow, I was,
exactly. Yeah. And
and
yeah.
like I was reading, like they don't have enough resources to stop the fire.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, that's what I read. Like they only have, they only really have enough to stop it from like spreading any further, but they don't have enough to stop like the whole fire.
Oh
So
wow. Are other countries stepping in to help or
I remember reading something like, um, well, the Brazilian government they deployed their army to take out the fires, but I'm not sure about any like countries, any outside
mm,
countries helping. But I
yeah.
read that um, several countries donated money to the government, but I think I saw that they actually refused to take the support. So I don't know
What?
about that.
Huh.
I don't know. So I'm kind of worried or unsure
Yeah,
of
that
what the
doesn't
future
seem like
is.
yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
Huh. Yeah. Well, I hope that if this doesn't like end up costing us too much and sends a wake up call to everyone that doesn't believe about like we need to be saving the environment and climate can change or like climate change. So I hope that it somehow becomes a lesson for us before it's too late, you know? Because honestly, I don't know what's gonna wake some of these people up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, yeah, this should be a wake up call for all of us. I mean, um,
Honestly.
especially for our governments. You know, I think
Mhm.
we really should put more effort into uh maintaining the environment and like, cause we're killing ourselves by doing this.
Yes, we are. Yeah. Yep. Well,
We are our own downfall.
yeah,
Yeah,
we are, and there's no one, really that can fix what the mess we made except for us,
yeah,
right here, right now. So
exactly. Like, you know, especially if we don't start now, like
yeah, didn't they
might
change
as well start now before it's too late, you know?
exactly? Yeah, and didn't they change it to like 12 years before climate change becomes irreversible to like 17 months?
Yeah, I remember reading about that. But
Yeah, isn't that scary?
that is, I mean, oh man, we're going through so much.
Dude, I know. But
This
hopefully,
I truly do think that I don't think the world is progressing. I feel like we're moving the wrong direction in like almost every aspect of society. I think that
hmm,
that's what I think. I think we're actually going downhill rather than going up. That's
yeah.
my opinion.
I mean, I definitely see that in some cases for sure. Like, yeah. I don't know that I agree with it, like, with everything, but for sure with some things, like, it seems like, what are we doing? Like, especially, I mean, not to get super political on here, but I mean, look at who we've elected as our leader, so
Yeah, yeah,
I'll just leave it at that.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, that was kind of a depressing topic to start off with. I mean,
Yeah. Got real deep, real heavy.
just imagining like not just imagining how many lives are affected and
Yeah.
not just human lives but like, you know, even animals and plants and all that
Yeah.
stuff. It's just depressing, but
Yeah.
it's a wake up call for sure.
For sure.
All right, I
Hope.
guess we could lighten things up a bit with I mean, I guess this is kind of another depressing topic, but I'm
But with less
sure,
serious consequences.
yeah, less serious consequences. I guess as many of you probably heard, uh, how Sony and Disney were unable to come to an agreement about Spider-Man and characters within the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like, how do you feel about that? Like, you could go first.
Okay. Um, in my personal opinion, obviously we don't know everything that's been happening between the two. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like both of them, from what I read, are kind of being selfish because they both like want to take it like their own way, and like Sony and Disney both are like, oh, well, I want to do this, and the other one's like, I want to do this, and like I don't
Yeah.
need the partnership. So I'm like, partnership is like a part of like what made it. So like I feel like you can't just like ditch the whole partnership thing if that's like what brought Spider-Man and the whole MCU kind of like into such popularity. So I feel like the MCU isn't going to be the same without Spider-Man, especially since, rest in peace to Iron Man.
Yeah.
And like I don't want to. I guess I don't want to spoil it if anyone hasn't seen Endgame yet. But yeah, all those other people. So it's like I feel like it's like, what are you doing? Like you can't get rid of more Avengers. You already
Yeah.
got rid of so many others. So
I remember first reading it. I was so I was so pissed. Like
yeah,
I was like, how can you guys be this like selfish? You know? I was how like
right,
come on, just do it for. I was like, do it for the fans at least. Come on. Like, and then
exactly.
I was reading the details and uh, so basically Disney was asking for 50-50 split on profits with Spider-Man in the MCU, and
Hmm.
what Sony flat out just declined the offer, and what Sony wanted was to keep their original deal going, that where Disney only takes 5% of uh, I think it was 5% of first grossing revenue. So I mean
Mm.
that's I'm pretty sure that's a big leap from, like 5% to like 50-50, uh
Yeah, that's true.
but then obviously you can see how big their egos are, like
Right.
they both think that they can that they need each other, that one wouldn't function without the other, and they think that, or actually, wait, no, uh they think that they could do it themselves without the other person, without the
Right.
other
Right.
party. But I just think that's stupid. Like, it sounds like they're little kids. Like, they can't sound like, I don't need you. But
Yes.
I don't know. It's just so sad. Like, after after all they've been through together, and um, especially the characters, uh,
Yeah, for sure.
how they blossomed in this partnership, and um, I'm really confused, and like uh, yeah, I'm just really confused how like the future of this is gonna go, because just looking at the plot alone, moving forward, I mean, it doesn't make any sense without this partnership. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes. Yes, I totally get what you're saying.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything either, but uh,
Mhm.
everything basically was for nothing at this point,
Yes. Yes.
and
Pretty
I'm just
much.
confused on. I don't even know how they're gonna move past this. I don't know how they're gonna move forward with the plot, and
Yeah.
obviously everyone's been criticizing both sides. Everyone's been taking sides on the matter, and
Oh,
but for
for
sure,
sure.
no one's happy about this for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
all we could hope for really is a miracle that they would come to an agreement about something. But knowing companies these
Well,
days, I'm not sure. No.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I did see a report that they're supposed to be having another meeting this next week. So,
Oh, on God.
yeah. So, hopefully that will go well.
You shall see. I don't know. They better
Yeah.
they better listen to it to they better listen to the public because this ain't gonna end well for either side.
Yeah, it's not. I think they do need to stay in a partnership to advance the plot. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure of course they are fine on their own, like to be honest,
Right.
but it's kind of stupid what that they kind of left it unfinished and I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. It just wouldn't be the same. And I feel like they've already taken a lot of other things away from us, and it's like if they want a following anymore or any sense of normal, they better keep things the
Yeah,
way they are.
honestly, a lot of people are like, I was reading comments and stuff
Mhm.
on Instagram about the news and like people are, people choosing sides and stuff and saying like, oh, we're gonna boycott this and that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like people are getting a little too dramatic about it, but I mean,
I
I
mean, what do
still
you
think
think though? Do you think there's hope? I mean, how do you think this meeting will go? You think they'll come to an agreement?
I always err on the side of optimism, so I'm going to say yes, that they will find an agreement because I really want them to. So I'm gonna say yes. But honestly, like I could see it going either way. I could see them coming to an agreement and just to be able to advance it the same way that they have, or I could see them just being like, letting their egos get in the way and just being like, well, Spider-Man's gone now, like bye bye. So,
Yeah.
but I'm just I'm having faith in the fact that they'll be able to see that Spider-Man has a few more movies in him, and they can be able to keep it going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. But man, I remember seeing the after all the news went down and stuff. Um,
Mhm.
how you saw the picture with Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland,
Mhm.
and you could tell, they're they're all unhappy about this, and they're
Yeah.
obviously trying to
Yeah.
do their part in voicing about it. Um, I also heard that Tom Holland and like many of the castmates, like Zendaya, they unfollowed Sony on
Oh
Instagram and
wow.
stuff like that.
Oh.
So, hmm, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think someone's gonna give. Uh, I think I hope they come to an agreement at this second meeting,
Me too. Me too.
but I also see it going both ways. But
Yeah.
who do you think who do you think will give in though? Do you think do you think Disney
Mm.
will lower their standards, or um do you think Sony will give in to Disney if it
I
does
think
go
it
well?
right. I think in order for it to work, if it's gonna work, that both of them will have to give up a little bit. Like maybe do a 25-75, or I don't think that a 50-50 will be like, I don't think that either side that will either, go back to the way it was or how the 50-50. But I think it's gonna have to fall somewhere in the middle. And I think that Sony will be the one to end up having to give up maybe like more than what they wanted to compromise just because everyone's so pitted against them. I feel like in order to save their image in the end, they're probably going to have to compromise more. Because a lot of people are pretty much, at least from what I've seen, are taking Disney's side. So, yeah, but I think in order for it to work, it's going to have to meet somewhere in the middle, and I don't think it can go the way either of them wanted to.
Yeah, they definitely have to. I'm pretty sure they're gonna compromise somehow. But, that's just fingers crossed that they do end up coming to an agreement and making everyone happy.
Exactly. Or if not everyone, at least the majority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you also heard of the kind of a side topic? Have you heard of everyone coming out with their different streaming services? Like Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
Everyone's basically coming out with their own version of like Netflix.
Yes. I have.
I don't know, are you excited at all about any of that? Like, does any of that interest you?
For me, no, because I feel like they're like gonna take stuff off of Netflix, and then you're gonna have to have whatever like company or like like production company's service in order to watch certain things.
Yeah.
When on Netflix, I could get like not everything, but like a whole variety of different things for one price. And like if everyone moves their stuff to their own service, I'm gonna have to, have a Disney account for whatever X dollars a month. A Sony account for X dollars a month. I don't know, whatever, whoever's going off an Apple one, and it's like they're moving The Office off of Netflix onto I forget whatever company's own private thing, and I'm like, well, if everyone starts doing that, then like there's not gonna be a place to watch just like one,
Yeah. I mean, actually, I've never thought about it like that because I get to watch whatever I want due to reasons that I cannot say, but but yeah, now that you said that, I realize how expensive that could get for everyone, especially if you're interested in all those. There's definitely, this is definitely a money-making move for all these companies trying to compete with and gain traction with their services and beat each other.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for it in terms of the content that each service has, especially Disney, because they revealed a lot of Star Wars, Marvel, just a lot of interesting stuff that I've always been a fan of, and I guess I don't know. I guess I'm pretty excited about it. I wish everything was free, but
exactly.
that's not how life works anymore. I mean, that's not how life works at all.
Nope. No, unfortunately. But, I mean, someone has to pay for it all.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, yeah, because it's too expensive to have different services. Like, there's not, yeah, just one company that I feel like I want to watch only their stuff. Like, there's also different things. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you do you watch TV, or are you more like a streaming service slash Netflix type of person?
Um, Depends. I mean, like, but where we live, um, we don't, like, we only get, like, um, I forget what it's called.
Channels?
Yeah, we don't get, like, extra channels. We only get, like,
Like the
whatever the
basic
main one.
uh
Yeah. Yeah, because we're, like, I mean, we could get the other, but it just, like, costs a whole bunch more. So we
yeah.
mostly rely on streaming services via our Wi-Fi. But, I mean, like, what I used to like to watch actual TV, and I feel like I probably would. But, I mean, on Hulu, you can get, like, ABC, like, shows from ABC and stuff like that. It's kind of nice, so, because we have Hulu too. And I watch that, like, different shows on that.
Yeah.
So, I guess to answer your question, I mostly rely on streaming services.
Okay, yeah.
What about you?
For me, I guess it's half and half. It kind of used to be more streaming services, or
Mm-hmm.
but I've actually been getting into actually watching TV more, which is actually uh pretty ironic to how, which is the opposite of what people are doing nowadays. They've been they've been ditching TV for streaming services, but I've actually been
Yeah,
enjoying I've actually been enjoying TV, to be honest.
yeah, good deal.
But I guess I
And
spend most of
then,
my time on YouTube. That's kind of where I get most of my entertainment.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, YouTube pretty much have everything
Yeah,
you want.
YouTube.
So,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything that uh has bothered you over the week, or anything that you saw that was interesting that you wanted to talk about?
Uh, I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
What about you? Anything you want to
Um,
bring up?
I don't think I have anything besides what we just talked about.
Yeah,
Um,
that was mainly, yeah, the main thing for me.
Alright, I guess you could end it there. Okay, so you wanna you wanna end it, or
I can do that.
yeah, you
Thank
can. Yes, you can.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. Hopefully, you guys learned something, maybe, or just enjoyed listening. And if you're listening all the way through, thank you, my guys. You are awesome. Yeah, if you have any thoughts or questions, leave a comment about what anything we talked about today. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Echoing Hearts Pod and also our Twitter page.
Yes,
And I
and
guess we'll
one more thing.
Yeah.
Let us know, what you think about the topics we discussed today. Also, give us some ideas for some future episodes. And if you want to come on the podcast, just let us know. I mean, we're down for anyone. And also, last thing, if you haven't checked out the other episodes, go ahead and do that. I mean, I'd say
Yeah.
there's a lot of decent content that we've talked about. And yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Uh, don't forget, of course, to like, comment, and subscribe. And
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Peace out.
Peace out.